It was almost 11 p.m. when my car broke down on the side of the highway. Middle of nowhere. No streetlights. Just trees, cold air, and the sound of trucks flying past like they didn't even see me. My phone battery was at 6%. I called roadside assistance. 45-minute wait. I sat in my car with the hazard lights blinking, trying not to panic when headlights slowed behind me. A pickup truck pulled over a few yards back. A man stepped out. Mid-40s maybe. Hoodie. Baseball cap. Didn't look threatening. Didn't look friendly either. Just normal. He walked up slowly, hands visible. "You okay?" he asked. "My car died," I said. "Help's on the way." He nodded. "This stretch isn't safe at night. You want to sit in my truck where it's warm." Every alarm bell in my head went off. I almost said no, but the wind cut through my jacket. My phone buzzed another low battery warning, and a semi blasted past so close my car shook. "Just until the tow truck gets here," he added. "I'll park right in front of you." I hesitated. Then I agreed. That was my first mistake. Inside his truck, it smelled like coffee and engine oil. He kept the engine running, heater blasting. He didn't stare, didn't ask weird questions, just made small talk about traffic and weather. I started to relax. 5 minutes passed. 10. Then he glanced at his dashboard. "You sure they're coming?" he asked. "Yeah," I said, though I hadn't checked again. He nodded, then pulled forward slightly. "Let me turn us so we are not blocking anyone." Before I could react, the truck rolled forward. Not onto the shoulder. Onto a side road. "Hey," I said. "It's just right here," he replied calmly. "Better signal." My heart started pounding. The road narrowed. Trees closed in. No lights. "Stop the truck," I said. He didn't. Instead, he reached over and casually locked the doors. Click. That sound still plays in my head sometimes. I froze. "You're overreacting," he said. "Relax." "Let me out," I said, my voice shaking now. He finally stopped the truck. We were completely surrounded by trees. No traffic noise anymore. Just silence. He turned to look at me. And that's when I knew. This wasn't a misunderstanding. "You shouldn't have trusted a stranger," he said, not angry, not loud. Almost disappointed. Like I'd failed a test. My phone died in my hand. I tried the door anyway. Locked. He reached into the center console. I don't know what he was grabbing. I didn't wait to find out. I slammed my elbow into his face with everything I had. He yelled. The truck lurched. I kicked the door, hit the handle, and somehow it popped open. I fell out onto gravel, rolled, scraped my hands raw, and ran. I didn't know where I was going. I just ran. Branches cut my face. My lungs burned. I could hear him shouting behind me, crashing through brush. I tripped, fell hard, tasted blood. Then headlights appeared. A car. The car slammed its brakes. A woman jumped out, phone already up, yelling that she'd called 911. The man disappeared into the woods. Police found his truck abandoned a mile away. He was never caught. They told me I was lucky. That word makes me angry. Lucky implies chance. What happened wasn't chance. It was a decision. A small one. A reasonable one. One I'd made 100 times before. 4 weeks afterward, I couldn't sleep. Every time headlights slowed near me, my body went cold. I replayed that click of the lock over and over. People told me to move on. They said, nothing actually happened. But something did happen. Something inside me changed. I stopped trusting my instincts because I realized how easily they could be fooled. Months later, I saw his truck again. Same color. Same model. Parked outside a grocery store. My heart nearly stopped. I watched from my car, shaking, until a completely different man walked out with his kid. I laughed, then cried, then felt stupid for both. Here's the part people don't talk about. The fear doesn't come from what almost happened. It comes from knowing how close you were, and how ordinary it all seemed. No dark alley. No warning signs. Just a polite stranger and a bad night. If you're listening to this and thinking, That would never happen to me. I used to think that too. And if someone ever offers you warmth, safety, or help that requires you to give up control, listen to that voice in your head. Even if it feels rude, even if you feel silly, even if you don't want to overreact. Because sometimes the scariest moments don't look scary at all. They look normal. And that's what makes them dangerous.